grounds decides to crash on me.
Right. Okay,
Maybe
so
this
here is the game. Chillin'. That's a mighty laggy game, you might say. Slow. Okay. So we're here. I guess I could drag some tokens in now that they're here now. Why not? Let's get some tokens.
I believe Diana is in her bed.
Not yet, she's not.
No, okay.
Diana is brought over.
Oh.
Yeah. And where's Buck at? Get out here. Which token is he even using at this point? Let's find out. He has a few. I think this is his original one. Let's see. Oh, it's his old character sheet too. Whatever. It's fine for right now. Buck, stop being evil.
He's like, no.
I will be evil. So ignore the stats that it gives him because this is his old one, but it's the one that came up in search first. I promise he has more than 17 HP now.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Look at those sparkles.
Yeah,
that was the original concept for him.
Yep. I have to update all of his stuff. But for right now, it'll work as a placeholder. Wait, why did it add Buck to the combat tracker, but not Diana?
She's lurking. You never know when she's going to strike.
Okay, well, that's dumb. Let's go ahead and add her. I don't want to have to do this twice. All right. Where did it add your token, Diana? Where'd you go? Gripping radio. Is she even on the map?
I mean, one of us could be recapping while he looks how to fix this.
Whatever. Here she is. Boop. Cool.
Whatever. Here's Diana.
Anyway, here's Diana.
She did it. Yeah. So I will recap the lead into this, and then you can recap the rest. So, Diana finally arrived after you decided to wait it out a little bit, and she came through exhausted. You know from a message or a sending before that they were going through the library to get down, so you decided to wait for her. And then she came in. She looks incredibly tired and incredibly hungry, and you get the impression that she's been up for a while and gone without resting. And then as she sits down with some of the food that you prepared, she takes out a flask, like a hip flask, unscrews the top of it, just slaps it down on the table, and then a poof happens, and your long missing cousin Buck flies out of the end of it, crashes into the end of the room at the other end of the table, and then crawls forward and starts eating food without saying a word. That was where we stopped last time.
Well, Annis will patiently wait for them to stop eating food at the speed of light before she interrogates them.
All right, it takes a few minutes, but yeah. You are allowed to drive as you see fit.
As soon as she sees them starting to slow down a little. So, care to explain anything?
It's been a long 48 hours. I don't actually know how long I've been awake at this point. Oh boy. Why Okay, so surprise. I've known where Buck has been this entire time.
Really? Wow. No idea.
I know you're absolutely shocked and appalled and did not see this coming at all because I'm so good at faking it. Right. So I mean, Buck, do you want to say anything or? Nope. Okay.
Where did you even get that turkey leg? I don't remember
know.
preparing that.
Look, I've just learned not to question things.
Slides are a dinner roll.
I appreciate it, but if I eat anything else, I probably will be ill. Okay, so, and she looks over at Penelope. Sorry we were late for the party. Actually, we didn't even make it to the party because I know it kind of ended abruptly. Yeah, that's that's one way to put it. Yeah, no, it's. Oof. I'm glad you all were able to get out of there safely. So Buck was helping me with a little task that Nimue gave us. I on our way back, we were at the clock tower, and I overheard that poor Miss Lovisa was dead. And that there was going to be a raid on Grimm's hideaway. And they specifically mentioned your shop, Annis. And they... Huh?
Oh, sorry, nothing.
I think I just heard my voice echoing. I'm just like, what did you say? Hello?
I mean, I had it muted and then I unmuted.
Yeah, no, like, I think I heard you say something.
I didn't.
Wasn't, yeah, okay. Sorry. Ignore me. But yes, since they knew that you were a master in the Grail War, and they knew that you provided potions to Lovisa, so that's sort of where they put two and two together and said, "Oh, hey, let's accuse Annis of murder. It's fine." It was honestly kind of a bullshit move, I think.
Who was this again? Who in Clock Tower?
I don't know who specifically said it, to be honest. It was an overhearing kind of situation.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like if somebody leaves their phone on speakerphone and yet just kind of happen to overhear some shit.
Speaker phone?
Right. It's like
a sender.
I don't know, if somebody leaves their microphone on and you hear something on the radio that you weren't supposed to hear.
Microphone.
Oh my god.
Small phone?
Never mind.
Phone already speaks to you.
Just okay, if you are in one room and your friends are in another room and they're talking pretty loudly and you can hear them through the door and you're not supposed to hear them.
Oh, right.
It's like when I
That's
listen to
yeah.
Snooping.
Yes, snooping.
I wasn't snooping. Oh my god. It was accidental eavesdropping. But yeah, so I tried to call and give you guys a warning. But Policies is up to some bullshit. I don't know what kind of bullshit they're up to, but it's some kind of bullshit. Somebody's up to something.
Well, we did get a warning from a friend of ours in policy.
Yes, I know. You did. I don't know if he did that independently or I have no idea, but I know that you guys did get a warning. I mean, the policies probably wouldn't have warned you themselves if they're coming after you. So he probably did it independently of his department.
Well, good for him. That's growth.
Honestly, yeah, he was kind of a dick before.
When we first met him, he would have thrown us under the bus.
But yeah, so Buck and I set off some distractions and we tried to get ahead of policies and clock tower security to basically give you guys some time to escape. So we basically took care of a lot of the shit that you guys were going to run into on the way there. And then we ended up having to take the long way back to Sherwood because they had already locked down the entrance under Botany by the time we got there.
Say they knew about it, or they followed us, most likely. They knew about it now. I don't know if they knew about it before.
God, I don't know. Hold on, there's a cat. Sorry. Shelly. She decided to use all 4 paws worth of claws to try and escape. So that was fun. But yeah, so fortunately we had to take the train to get to Sherwood rather than using my favorite mode of transportation. And then by the time we were going to be able to call you guys, we were already out of range and I spoke to your family. I let them know what's going on.
Annis has stepped away for just a moment.
Fuck!
It's okay. It'll be real quick.
I'm just going to keep talking and then I don't know.
They're on their way back. They're here.
Okay.
Your family has been informed.
Yeah, I let your family know what's going on.
Oh, thank you.
So
I already let my uncle know, but I didn't know about the rest, so thank you.
Yeah, I mean, naturally they're worried, but, they at least know that you've gotten out and that you are safe. And then we weren't able to get rest on the train, and then we came all the way down here. We haven't eaten, we haven't slept, or well, now we've eaten, but oh my god, yeah, see, you can tell I haven't been able to get sleep. And she just looks across the table and sees Inon and Bella is just like, oh, fuck, okay, I don't know who either of you are. But I assume by the fact that nobody has tried to send you guys away that it's okay, so...
Yeah, they're friends.
Okay, cool. I was able to pick up a couple of nice things before all the shit went down, but... It's been a long, long day. Very happy belated birthday, Penelope. I know it possibly was the worst possible birthday. Because... And she just gestures around the room. But I'm sorry I missed the party. I'm actually very sad I missed the party.
At this point, Buck sort of stops eating for a second, looks over at at her and Johnny and says, Congratulations! Points at the rings.
What happened? What?
Oh
They're,
no.
Congratulations.
they're wearing rings on the good fingers.
She just like, since she's sitting next to Johnny, she'd be like, let me see," and she just holds out her hand to Johnny.
Johnny holds it up in the traditional, like, wedding picture pose.
Oh, oh, you got engaged. Okay, that's lovely.
Yeah, she put a ring on it.
Congratulations. I guess. Yeah, good going. That's wonderful news. Do you know when? I mean, I just naturally assume I'm invited to the wedding. And that I'm going to be either like the maid of honor or I don't know. I mean that's your choice, obviously. But do we know when this is happening?
Ida just looks in pure panic just at Diana. He just starts sweating. He's like, well, you see.
Ennis has put her elbows on the table and her hand and her face in her hands and is just watching.
We might have already held a quick ceremony, but there will be a bigger one later.
Yeah, I panicked. But I don't regret it. Oh. Ow, I hit my knee on the table.
Healing word.
Okay, but when you do the actual party, I'm invited, right? Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you be? Okay, I feel like a little emotional right now.
You got to give a toast.
Not right now, obviously.
Oh yeah.
I can't give a toast right now. There's no toast on the table, Aiden. That's how tired I am. I just called you Ivan instead of Sunshine. I need a nap.
We gotta get her to sleep.
Fuck.
It's just like, it's urgent.
Prepared a room for you at your extreme specifications.
I know I'm a bit of a diva. It's all right.
There's not really one. I wasn't really planning on my dear cousin being here, so there's not really a room for you. You don't sleep, so you can just meditate wherever.
I'll find a corner. I'm fine.
Yeah,
Fuck, if you want, you can share my room. It's fine.
It wouldn't be the first time. All right.
Yeah.
I don't take up much space.
No, I don't. It saved us a hell of a lot of money on the train tickets, though.
I mean, why pay, you know?
I mean, do you want to tell your cousin about all that, or?
Oh, yeah, Meta Lady, big deal. Got some magic now, pretty cool. Oh, and I can go into bottles. It's neat.
I was wondering about that. I was wondering if it was a function of the bottle or something else I didn't know about you.
Oh, no, it's a pretty neat bottle. But yeah, I go in there sometimes. I got stuff in there. That's where I keep my things now.
Did you introduce him to Nimue?
I thought I explained this. I left you a note. Met a lady, gone
There are
for a little
3,
bit.
4.
I mean,
there are more than one ladies. Okay,
if you think about it, he was kind of talking about me. He did meet up with me.
Yes, that's why I'm asking you if you introduced
So
him.
that's what the note was referring to.
So one cousin.
And then
They're both.
I introduced him to Nimue.
Both fellows.
She seemed to take a shine to him, so that was lovely.
She said she liked the fact that I live in the moment.
Yeah, that's
true.
Tracked.
It's true. But yeah, he's been a quick learner. He's caught on pretty quickly.
So what kind of magic can you do now?
Weird stuff.
Like Penelope weird? Diana weird? Me weird? Aiden weird?
I mean, why limit yourself, you know? But
Right. Are you a are you a
Emissary?
paladin? You wouldn't be an emissary. Paladin?
no,
Definitely
I'm
not a
not gonna do
paladin.
sit-ups if I don't have to.
He could not be a
not
paladin.
not a cleric for sure.
No, I get to be a scout. It's kind of neat.
Like the Rangers.
Oh, like nope, I don't know about that. The guy that transported into the pond in the back of the shop, but I don't know about that as Annis. Okay. Oh, a scout. Interesting.
There's perks, you know, you get to see the world in a different way, but also, yeah, you guys all seem to be having fun with your magic. I was feeling a bit left out, so you know, a little bit of magecraft, but not too much. Um, Flexibility mostly.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, without question.
He's really good. I'm not making things easier here, am I?
I mean,
No.
you know, I can do all kinds of stuff now. Like, you know, for instance, uh, bo- uh, he just starts floating 5 feet off the ground. You know, stuff like this.
Pretty cool, right?
I have to turn into something to do that.
Also, I like the way that this displays in the 3D view now that I've actually done it. It actually moves his token up.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's neat.
He's actually just floating over the table now.
Ominously floating there.
God, I can't find the table. I was like, I want to see this. Oh my god, that is so cool.
Let's just all pause and open up Twitch.
All of us did. We're like, I want to know what this looks like.
I don't have Twitch I feel like it'll crash my computer if I try to open it on.
Do you want me to just send you a screen cap?
Okay, that is pretty cool. What is that noise?
I don't know what that noise is.
AC turning off. I think.
Can you hear a buzzing noise?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I'll just mute, and you can keep going on with your explanation there.
But yeah, we're here. We're supposed to help you guys out with stuff. Like we're gonna go looking around a bit, see what we can find out, do a little bit of the research, and you know, see where that goes. Because this is a big weird place, and you guys are busy, and seemed like maybe we'd be in a better position than you are to sneak around a little bit on account of no one is trying to kill us.
Today.
For now, you know.
Yeah. But so we're
Brave New World.
Yeah. And honestly, like, we want to see this go well too. So we're just gonna get a lay of the land, see if we can figure out anything about anyone else that happens to be lurking around. I know the Department of Lore has already set themselves up a nice little thing. But I don't know what exactly is going on there.
Do you know where exactly they have set up location?
Oh God,
I
Brooke,
didn't kind of like
do you
pull
remember?
it out.
Because
We don't really know where. We just know that they've been moving a lot of stuff. Apparently they have their own way of getting in here somehow, and they just were gathering resources for a few months, and then they just went off on some expedition. So
yeah,
we're not sure how, like, we don't know how they got here, so we don't know where it drops them out, but we do know that apparently if you go in from different entrances, it drops you off in different places. So wouldn't be shocked if they were anywhere on this big, weird crescent-looking island thing.
Where did you two pop out? Because you came in through the Sherwood entrance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the same way you do. We just didn't get to take the shortcut.
Oh, right. Yes. Technically, the shortcut is to Sherwood, and then the Sherwood. Okay.
Okay.
We pull out the map we've been making and consult with them to see if they have any additions.
Based on some information, there's a little bit more that can be added to it. Let me pull up the map. All right, so based on a little bit more information, they sketch in. Let me
do it again. All my things are gone. Oh wait.
Do you need me to share it with you again?
No, never mind. I figured out why all of my things at the bottom disappeared. It's because I was in a different profile.
Ah.
Other than Annis, I was in Belle.
Right,
Okay,
that would
never
make
mind.
sense.
No, except that now I'm tapping over to her and she's keeping all of them. Fantasy Grounds is haunted.
Probably. All right, so you don't have like firsthand scouting on this, but you do have a general idea from the fact that Buck and Diana have some information that was shared
So
with
we
them
can
from
grab this
Nimue.
and drag it down.
So let's add a little bit to using that.
Once I do have the map pulled up, and once again I don't see
It's
anything.
dark
It's
again.
black. I don't see Merlin or anything.
I will share it with you again because Merlin loses you. I think because party vision, it gets weird when you have so many characters. Because I've not added the servant profile, so you might not be able to see it. I may just add them to the party to make this easier in the future.
Oh.
You should have it now.
Lore had a lot of stuff on the boat too, so that track.
Yeah, so
They also had the entryway and not Switzerland or Norway. Where was it? Scandinavia.
Well, I thought that was like the quote unquote public entrance.
Yeah, but we
so
don't
they
know if
probably have a secret one under Clock Tower if I had to guess.
I feel like they had something in Library of Lore.
Yeah.
Well, so that was the other thing I was going to say. If it wasn't Scandinavia,
I could be
where
wrong.
everyone
I could be misremembering, but
well, here's the thing. As far as we know, that portal he could make could go anywhere if they just calibrated it.
They had a bubble down there.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me. It would not shock me to find an entrance to Dream's End under Clock Tower.
So, getting a little bit more information, squiggling down. One thing that you notice in the kind of crudely hand-drawn map that Buck has is that that little village to the south that you heard about before as being populated by cats has a little squiggle next to it that says cats ... girls question mark.
Oh dear.
And what?
Cat girls.
Oh no.
Yeah.
God. Diana's gonna look at the map and be like, "Did you really write that down, Buck? What the hell?"
It seemed like it would be important to know. Like, what, you think they're just actual cats could build a village? No, they have to have cat girls and I guess cat boys. I don't know.
I mean,
oh my god.
It could just be cats. I was honestly just going to go talk to them as a cat if it came down to it. Anyway.
It could be a whole village of druids. We're just like permacat. I don't know what I'm even saying right now. Oh my god.
Could be kind of like the people in your neck of the woods, Aiden. It could be like that, and they're just all various cat humanoids.
That's possible.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It's very possible.
Didn't happen to see a big castle on the back of a dragon.
A castle on the back of a dragon?
Suppose not. Okay.
Didn't really get notes to that effect, but that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, what?
Do you have one? Can we go see it?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Almost just looks over at Penelope. Capital L looks. your business. I'm not going to divulge.
Guys want to go find Camelot?
I mean, that sounds pretty bitchin'.
Yeah.
How does Diana look?
Diana just looks like, what? Camelot? What? Oh, Penelope, no. No. What? No.
Penelope, yes.
All right. I'm going to mute for a
Penelope,
second.
maybe?
Oh, no. Um, you want to go help me wake up Morgan Le Fay? Penelope, what the actual fuck? And she's just looking over at Buck like, do you hear this right now?
Buck is presently floating over the table because it was easier to reach the food that way. Um, I mean, I guess that's a question. Kind of outside of my pay grade. I'm still new. I'm on probation. Is that a good or a bad thing? I don't know.
It's complicated.
Everything is.
I mean, it's... Look, I've been working on this for a very long time. And you know that I'm not doing this just going like, oh yeah, I'm just casually gonna go wake up Morgan Le Fay, as you do. I mean, you've talked to your lady about this. I've talked to her about it. You know what's going on. I mean, Nimley's okay with it. Yeah, I know. I mean, Vivian did say that you could make that choice yourself, and that was gonna be good enough for her, so... And I do want to do anything I can do to make her... I want to make her happy again, and I want her to have more of an attention span that doesn't have to divulge between literally everything on Earth and me.
Yeah, she's got way too many tabs open.
Okay, can you come back down? You're just ridiculous floating up there, my dude.
Hold
Janice
on.
wouldn't say that. I'm
You
sorry.
think that's ridiculous? Try being spotted with him around Clock Tower all summer, and here all summer, and having to pretend that you're in a relationship with this person.
You never
Ugh.
had to.
Look, it was for the cover, okay?
Wait, what about the librarian girl you like?
She's a lovely lady.
She
Very
wasn't.
lovely.
Was she?
She's very lovely.
Okay.
Look, she was in on this too, sort of. Not really, but that's
We had a
besides the
chat.
point.
We have an
What?
understanding.
Yeah, it's fine. Fine. It's fine. And Diana's just like face palming at this point. She's like,
I told her I'd bring her some cool books from down here.
yeah, I mean, she wants as much as she can get from the Library of Alexandria, and I don't blame her, because that is pretty fucking cool. I don't even remember what I was saying.
Something
I
about the
also
jealous of the fact that I can fly, it's no big deal.
it was before that. Oh, no. Yeah, no, anything I can do to help her get a little more focus. And anything I can do to help her get... Look, it's been really hard to get her attention lately. It's been really hard. And that's really hard on me. Yeah, I suppose we can Did either of them explain to you what we need to do about this? I know that I need your help to wake her up. Because it has to be someone who represents Vivian and someone who represents Nimue. Or, the two of themselves in the flesh, but that's not gonna happen. But yeah, so we're gonna go to the church to go meet up with Lucretia, and we're gonna go hunt down a castle. Okay, do we have to go do this? Can we have time to go rest, right? Yeah? I don't see why not. She just looks.
The gentleman that she doesn't know from across the table says, we've got until tomorrow night before the war starts, so might as well get any side stuff out of the way now.
So, I don't have time to get a full night's sleep. Is that what I'm understanding here?
You can
Think you have
sleep as much as you want, especially if you want to sleep on a boat. We have a boat, by the way.
Oh. I mean, we could travel by boat if you wanted to. Or we could just travel through water.
that will only get us so far, and we can only have a certain amount of people go through that, right?
You're right. I guess it's a boat.
Yeah. Save your resources. Well, the boat is
Oh,
good.
that's right. I can't even do that right now because I need to sleep. Ah! Okay, yeah. So I guess I'm just gonna sleep on the boat.
We'll make sure to bring pillows and blankets. Oh, did you hear me?
Yes, I did. I heard you. I'm sorry. I'm spacing out because I'm very tired.
Let's get you to
Um,
rest.
I. Then she just looks over at Annabelle. So who are these two anyway? Did you
This
just
is
get like a replacement Diana and Buck and I just didn't know about it? Or
And on response, I'm not Buck.
are you sure?
I
I
he looks over at Buck, who's currently trying to like pick something out of his teeth with his fingernails, and then he looks back over at Diana and he says, I'm not. I'm very sure.
it's not Buck.
Oh.
Diana was asking if we had replacements for the Belly 89.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Like, and then I still don't know either of their names.
Well, this is Enon. He is my servant. And this is Belle. That's like Annis's aunt.
Family friends.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yes, lovely to meet you too. You said your name was Belle?
Yes.
She just kind of like leans in a little closer and she's like, "Where are you from, Belle?"
Where am I from?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've traveled a bit, mostly the Mediterranean area, but you can't miss it. It's big water. Your thing, right?
Oh yeah, no, I've been there several times. That what brings you here?
She's here to help me.
That was a very quick answer, Annis.
Yeah, that's what it is. She's here to help me.
Okay, okay.
The stakes seemed high enough that those of us who weren't busy keeping Sherwood and other places safe have stepped in where we can. There's actually a number of people here to help. Have you met the Goliaths yet? One of them will beat people with anything.
Anything?
So far.
No, I don't
Hmm?
know them yet. No, wait. I don't remember. I might have met them. I don't know. I'm sorry. I sleep needed. And then you said your name was Inan?
I'm just nods his head. If that's too hard,
It's not hard. It's not hard, Sunshine. Trust me.
Okay. So you can make him a nickname too.
Yes, there are a number of people here already, and well, coming, I think.
So many people.
Well, they all wanted to help us in one way or another.
Nice. Nice. So when are we setting sail, so to speak?
Tomorrow morning?
What time is it now?
Evening, right?
At this point in time, it is, yeah, it's like 2:30. Like you slept really late. It hasn't actually been that much time. You've just spent a lot of time in here eating and talking
No.
some more.
I thought we were eating dinner for some reason.
No, your meals are kind of off.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
2:30 in the afternoon?
Yeah. I'll update the in-game clock to match. Yep. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. So if you're going in the morning, yes, you would have a complete night's sleep and then some. If you decided you wanted to travel at night, you could do that too. Depends on what you want your circadian rhythm to be on this fine adventuring.
So if we are leaving tomorrow morning, we don't even have to worry about me trying to sleep on a boat.
We could leave tonight. We don't know if, dangerous creatures come out at night here, but we don't also know if dangerous creatures come out in the daytime here. So
Anon simply says both.
Oh, fun.
yeah, okay. Well, we could leave tonight. We could get some rest and then leave tonight and go. Where were we going first?
The church?
Right, yes. Downstream to that lake and then onward to the church. We could do that.
Yeah.
The Grow War doesn't technically start until tomorrow morning, I think.
I thought it was tomorrow night.
Or tomorrow night. Tomorrow is I mean, that doesn't guarantee we won't be attacked, but it might help.
I mean, from what I understand, it should be okay.
Aren't they not allowed to attack you at the church place?
We have to
Yeah,
get there first, but yes.
Yeah. It should be fine.
Now, are all of us going to fit on the boat? Looks over at Aiden.
Oh,
Would you like to see what your boat looks like?
Yes!
Yeah!
Okay.
I mean, we made it big enough for your horsey ass, but maybe not also extra Buck and Diana.
Look, Buck can fit into a flask. It's fine.
That's fair,
I
actually.
forgot we named it Titanic but cooler. Oh my god.
Can you see the map, or do I need to do Merlin shenanigans?
It's beautiful.
Oh, I can see it. My
Okay.
computer decided it wanted to
Yeah.
shit itself for a second.
So here's your map, and in case you're wondering, that's what it looks like when you go inside.
Oh.
So it has
Oh.
bunk beds that seat, I guess, 8. Aiden will obviously not fit on a bunk bed, but it
okay.
actually is decently roomy. It's got like a little kitchen area. Because it was being built for the understanding that it would be a lot of you using it, it has a simple steam engine to allow it to function in areas of lower technology thresholds. It is not a speedboat, much to Catherine's annoyance. And you can pretty much keep it going without too much coal if you just have someone who's willing to create bonfire in it every now and then. The magic of cantrips.
Hell yeah.
Are there any secret compartments where we can stow people?
I mean, you didn't really have a lot of room for that, but
Damn. Okay.
like also in terms of like fitting people, like I said, it sleeps 8 humanoids, um, comfortably in the sense of they're on bunk beds. But also like there's the deck, there's the rest of the space around there, there's like a little table. You could fit more people in. And if you go above deck, then there's plenty of space up there too. So
Yeah, like I will probably sleep up deck.
and you do have a giant
The crossbow.
yeah, mounted bow, which according to Kwaku is less for function and more for just convincing people not to mess with you.
Yeah.
Because
That's okay, we'll
realistically,
make
it
it.
is going to do very little damage by comparison to what you can put out, but it might dissuade people from thinking you're easy targets.
I love this boat immediately.
Hi, Steam. Go away. I don't want to play Stardew Valley right now. I love this boat.
Hooray.
Hell yeah.
This is a nice boat.
So, you have a boat?
Oh yeah, it was kind of a group effort. We made it over the last few months. We called it the Titanic, but cooler. That was the only name all of us could agree on.
It's not foreboding at all. Why did we pick Titanic but cooler?
It was a group decision. Looks over at Penelope.
Look, I can't judge everyone for picking the incredibly awesome name that we gave this boat based on the 3-hour-long, completely historically accurate documentary filmed by James Cameron that spans 2 VHSs and is starring several known phantasmal actors and actresses and has a phenomenal soundtrack with a song by half-orc international sensation Celine Dion, Titanic.
And
Good
the 3-hour
God, Penelope.
And the
What the
3-hour
hell?
discussion of what the boat should be named. We can't forget that. We almost came to bloodshed. It was
Bloodshed.
It was a nightmare.
Titanic wasn't even that good of a movie. Oh my God, you take that back.
We take these things very seriously.
Fine. It was a fantastic movie. It was not a historically accurate documentary. Yes, it was. Shut up. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna leave this on the table.
I liked the part where they were all dancing.
Me too.
I did not like the part where the iceberg sank the ship.
I don't think anybody likes the part with the iceberg.
They could have both fit on the door. Why did
they couldn't have. It was that. You know what? No. I'm not getting into that again. That would be the 5th time this year, and I'm not having that again.
Looking over at Derek, you can tell that this would in fact be the 5th time this year, just from the look on his face. And he's only known her for part of the year.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Anyway, we have a boat.
Anyway, so I assume if everyone here at the table is going on said boat.
Yes. As far as I can tell.
I don't see why not. We should all fit. There are 8 bunk beds. Some of us can cuddle. Looks over at Derek.
Oh, we're missing one, right?
Right, yes.
Freddie.
Freddie would also be going.
Oh God, now I'm trying to remember if Diana's met Freddie.
She's met
Oh.
Freddie, right? I don't think she has.
He's here from the church to help us.
Here from
I didn't.
church?
I just put quotation marks what she said.
Hold on. I could hear Will saying something, and I could not hear what it was.
Mm.
It was just Buck musing moss.
Oh.
Yeah, and as he's musing that, like, Aiden's just putting quotation marks as Annis is saying the church. Because he's learned sarcasm from, like, Annis and Buck.
Okay, no, but he is actually here from the church. If anything, you should have put those around the word help.
Oh, okay, I'm still learning. Okay, can you say it again?
Yeah, but he is actually here from the church to help us.
And he quotes now.
No,
the
there's
help.
no sarcasm. There's no sarcasm.
I'm very confused right now. But wait, so somebody's gonna have to cuddle? And she looks over at Annis like...
Aiden winks at her.
Well, you know...
Well, you're gonna be cuddling with Derek, that's right. And I'm...
There's 10... Well,
That's
there's 9 people that would need beds, and only 8 beds, so... I mean, those 2, she just gestures over in the direction of the newlyweds. They'll cuddle, obviously.
Wait, are you counting?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Leeches can go and not need a bed.
That's a good point.
Or he can just chill with me on top of it.
Also a good point. So there are enough beds for everyone, but I mean...
She looks over at Belle and is like, I mean, if you need to share a bed, we can cuddle.
She looks back over at Diana. Do you prefer the top or the bottom bunk?
Surprise me.
Oh, I will.
Annis just has her face in her hands.
Oh.
Tell me, new friend.
Oh no.
How do you feel about men who can't keep their commitments?
I think they're absolute garbage and pigs.
Excellent. We're going to get along swimmingly.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh, Annis is still face palming.
She's walking over here to Buck and she said, "You're on notice," and then she goes back around.
Oh, don't worry, Buck. I don't think you're garbage or a pig.
I try not to be.
You're lovely, and I told you already 3 times, especially that time when we got drunk that one night, that I would defend you to the death to anyone who besmirches your name. So
that was very generous and unwise of you. Thank you.
Aiden just looks at and just starts nodding along the Buck. That is very unwise of you. This man will stab you in the back, so you have to rip his pants just to prove a point. Very unwise, Diana.
I would not stab anyone at this table in the back.
You have already done so.
You have done so.
You have done so.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Angel, I don't know what you're talking about. God, that was some bad sarcasm on my part.
You have not known him as long as I have.
I have never stabbed any of you in the back. I don't know what you're talking about. That was a robot. It wasn't me, and it was your robot. It wasn't you. It's completely different.
Semantics.
Semantics are important. It's what separates us from the illiterate. I mean, the animals.
Just see this face turn of just...
Well, clearly...
Penelope just reaches over and just, like, pats Buck on the arm, and she's like, "It's okay, I think you're nice."
Thank you.
Clearly you're both very
weirdo, but nice.
Delusional.
I think he's nice.
Insane. You should sleep. Go over to Diana. You definitely need some sleep, and you should, turns to Buck, meditate or whatever it is you elves do.
You want to pick her up and take her to bed? Looks at Annis, looks at Diana.
Why?
I mean, she's tired, right?
I can at least show her where her room is. And I guess
I'm so tired. I don't know if I can continue walking.
That's what I'm saying. She's like walked this entire way. You remember when we did this?
Yes, I don't know.
I'll take care of her. And then Belle walks over and just literally picks you up.
Bella's probably shorter than her, too. This is great.
I'm pretty sure she is.
She is.
Belle is 5'3" right now.
Yeah, Diana's 5'6".
Yeah, she picks her up like she's nothing and then just carries her on.
Thank you, new friend.
It's the extremely blue. It's the very blue room, not the top one, the bottom one, the one closer to us. You'll know it.
Yeah.
Okay.
without issue, she takes Diana um,
Oh my
over
god.
to the room,
Oh.
settles her in, tucks
Okay, good.
her in the bed. Anyway, how are you guys doing? So should I not go in there right now?
Don't
I
know.
think that would be unwise. There are plenty of corners around
No,
here.
it's fine. I'll go find Moss. We'll catch up. It'll be great.
I was literally just
Uh,
they can hang on a ceiling
Sure,
together.
sure. You can probably walk on walls now. It wouldn't surprise me.
I can do all kinds of stuff. It's fine.
He's that way. She just gestures in the direction of the way that he is.
Yeah. He goes wandering. He finds him. Cool. Your room now has less people in it. You did it.
Woo! So that is the plan. The 10 of us will set off in the morning on the boat, or tonight. Was it tonight?
I think we decided tonight, yeah.
So we should. Well, a lot of you just woke up, but so I guess we should try and get some. Some of us should get some rest, so that when the others rest, we can be rested, and we can just trade off. How far away is this church?
It's on the coast. Like,
Out of character, do we know how far it is by boat? I feel like you told us how far it is to the lake.
You know how far it is to the lake, and you know that past the lake, the river continues on and it will eventually reach the coast. It's kind of
How
hard to
far is the
tell
lake?
distance because this world is
Mm-hmm.
not quite as linear as you're used to.
Mm-hmm. So, but how far was the lake by boat? Only a few hours?
Yeah, if you're going downriver, it's pretty quick. You'll get there without too much trouble. Most of the like you're gonna need the steam engine to go back upriver later,
Oh
but
yeah.
going downriver, like it moves at a good pace. You'll be there in a few hours.
Are are there sails on this boat, or is it
No,
just powered by the engine?
just steam engine.
Okay. And
And just
then
as a note for because you built a boat and you would understand this, river
Mhm.
boats are not well suited for the ocean.
Okay.
They are much shallower and they would be pushed around much worse in the deep water. Um, it would not be recommended that you take it out at sea.
Okay. And then also, still out of character, do we know about the ruins that are in that lake? Was
You know
that
that
shared with the
there are
class?
ruins there. You don't know what their deal
Okay.
is. Or specifically, you know, there's stuff there. Like you could see like silhouette on the water that there were big things sticking out of it. You're pretty sure they're ruins, but you don't know what they are or what they mean.
Okay. All right. So some of us should try and get some sleep now. It'll be a few hours to get to that big lake, but no idea past that how far it will be to get to the church. So it could be only a matter of hours, it could be days. Hopefully it's not days.
I mean, I don't think it should be too far.
So I say we let Diana sleep and Buck meditate or whatever it is he's doing. I could probably lay down for a good sizable nap now. I didn't get a full night's sleep last night. No, it's been chaotic so far today.
I mean, it's a good thing your servant isn't materialized, because, like, I feel like that would be draining your energy pretty fast.
Well, not as fast
But, like,
as when they're invisible, right?
yeah.
I imagine if she was up to something that was, you know, more physically involved right now, that would also be a thing.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
But yeah, like, it couldn't hurt to get a nap, because you got up at, like, what, 2 in the morning?
More
No, we
like
got here at, like, 2 in the morning.
I got up around 7, I think.
Okay.
Time is weird in here. I just needed to make breakfast and then summon my servant and then make more breakfast.
Well,
Nice job assuming that my servant would be female. You don't know. Could
I
be a
mean,
guy.
I
Could
don't
be
know, but
genderless.
like my understanding is that um, from at least the rumors that I heard, that there are lots of people that you could pick from history, and based on what I know about you, I would assume you would pick a girl one.
Well, I suppose we'll just have to find out.
I mean, I would love to meet them, even if you don't feel like telling me anything about them. But
When the time is right.
oh, okay. Belle's been gone a while.
Don't think about it.
Okay. Is she okay?
She's a big girl. She can handle herself.
Oh, okay. Okay. Did you warn her about Diana?
She's a big girl. She can handle herself.
Okay. Okay.
I'd be more worried about Diana, honestly.
Why?
Forget about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Don't be nasty.
Never. Me? No.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So that's the plan. We're gonna put everything we need on the boat. I guess we'll set sail at sunset.
Sure.
What, like 3 in the afternoon?
I mean, if you're planning on doing the
Not
full
enough
8
time.
hours, then it'll be like
10
well past
o'clock.
sunset. Yeah.
Yeah. We set sail at midnight, or whatever the equivalent is here in this weird place.
Okay. Sounds like a plan to me.
That way I'll be rested, and Diana will be rested, and Buck, maybe if he actually meditates, will be rested. And we can take first watch while the rest of you sleep on the boat, I suppose. Yeah, getting here at 3 a.m. really messed with our plans, didn't it?
Yeah. That's okay, though. I hope.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, right. Kwaku's supposed to be here, right?
He's here somewhere. I think he might be in his workshop or something. But yes, he is here.
Okay.
He's here. Nora's here. The Goliaths, I think, are here. Yes, the Lupons are here.
Oh. Okay.
Raps is here. Aiden's mom is here. Yeah.
Okay, well, while you guys get some sleep, I guess I can go check in and say hello to everybody that I didn't get to see this morning.
You can tell them all the good news. Gestures to the rings.
Yeah. And then she's gonna...
I suppose I'll go get some rest then.
Hooray.
Yay.
Yeah. Aiden's gonna take Inan to their room.
There should be plenty of room of food for leftovers. I can cook when I get up. Fantastic. Ooh. Loop. Ooh. It pops out compile logs every time I touch my token.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which of the plugins I need to hit until it stops doing that. I've noticed that I've updated almost all the plugins and I've uninstalled some of them, and it's still happening. So I'm assuming what's happening is they're updating Fantasy Grounds so often that the plugins are having trouble keeping up.
Hooray.
Like, I appreciate the support, but yeesh. All right, so I think it's safe to assume we can fast forward.
I have stuff that I want to do that evening.
Oh, and then if there's any sendings that people need to do before resting.
Yeah. I am currently trying to get my spell list prepared for the next episode.
Yeah, some choices.
Yeah.
Oh, and then off camera between sessions, I have a question for Belle, but not one that needs to be revealed on camera.
Fair.
Aiden is gonna swing into the room with Enon and kind of sit him down and be like, hey, like, we've just gone over the game plan. We know where we have to head to first. But I need to make sure that there's something I've been thinking about with the contract that I've made with Motley Apex. And while humans and phantasmals are safe, you count as neither, do you?
No, I
Servant element.
suppose the closest thing that I count as would be a familiar or a spirit.
So here's what I've come to realize. The masters are safe, but he can still, if he runs across anyone else, he can go for their servant. Would he be excited about that prospect? Right now, his biggest disadvantage is that we hold him at this standstill and his people can't do anything to those around. But we need to consider that the other servants are still fair game.
Is that a problem?
Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think it is. Because he's still bound by the contract.
Sounds like he would be at a disadvantage if you were to try to engage with any other master in this war, because he would have
Exactly.
to
Because they
fight a
can fight
servant,
him.
but they can still defend themselves.
Yeah, they can defend themselves and the masters can attack him. And he can't do anything to retaliate.
Can he have his servant attack them?
I would assume no, because anyone on his behalf by the contract. And a familiar is directly tied to him.
Well, then I suppose he'll be looking for us.
Yeah. We have to make sure to keep fast, keep ahead. I know the upkeep is going to take a toll. I'm not sure how much of a toll once this starts, because we're going to be a lot more active. However, when we start our journey, I can keep a failsafe on you. It'll last for 8 hours. No matter what part of the day, I'm just going to try and keep that on you. It costs a lot of mana, but if we were to be surprised, it's a major deal. I can do it to myself and I can do it to you, but that's already a chunk of what I can do, and that limits me to
If you
what.
prefer, I can stay unmaterialized for the majority of the time until you need me.
There's not a way for them to, materialize you again, is there? You can't be forced out of that?
I'm not aware of a way to do that. The
Okay.
best way to force me out of it would be to attack you.
Okay. So then I can at least fail-safe myself. Keep you immaterialized. Obviously, distance is going to be our safest bet. But if anyone catches wind of you and you need to get back to me, do so as soon as possible. I don't know how quick you can be about it.
I can move at great speeds on my own. If you ever find yourself in a pinch and I'm not there and you need me to be there, you have the ability to call me to your side in
Okay.
your hand.
I'm going to try and not use that as much as possible.
Understandable.
I don't know, I've been feeling frustrated, overwhelmed. I feel like there's so much at stake. And I know Annis has care for whoever she summoned. But all the other masters aren't bound by a contract, and I promised her grandfather I'd keep her safe. And I intend to keep it. I intend to keep you safe, and we don't know who killed Luvia. I'm hoping that I can detect, between people we run across on their hands, wherever they could possibly have this command seal. I've been trying to practice seeing it, so hopefully we'll be able to catch wind before we're taken by surprise.
I would imagine that whoever had the opportunity to kill her had to be someone who knew she was a master in the first place.
Yeah.
And that, based on my understanding, would be a relatively small number of people, considering she is a reclusive person.
Well, if anyone knew she was in the last war, I would assume that entire group. I don't know where it's spread. I mean, she's tied
Well,
to.
she was in a war nearly 80 years ago.
That is a long time.
She was not in the fourth one or the fifth one, as I understand it. So it's not nothing, but were I investigating, I would start by being suspicious of anyone who knew her or would have interacted with her, which would probably
I
place them as someone that has seen her recently or is in the association and has access to information from people who have seen her recently.
That was my next theory, was that from what we knew, she has relations to Clock Tower. It could very likely be someone within. I don't know who. I don't know them well enough. The only one I've really had time to meet was Sir El-Melloi II, and we can cross that off our list. It's nothing to do with the Grail War, and it's not. I don't see him doing that. I would like it to not be Piers. I hope that, maybe he got an entry through just Clock Tower itself. But I can't rule him off the list, even though we've spent time together, because I've been warned. Mages just I've been trying to open his eyes to thinking differently about what he does. Maybe it wasn't him, maybe he's taken to what I've said, but I'm leaning towards Clock Tower overall. I don't want to think about the possibility of, oh gosh, I'm losing his name. What's his name? The butler or the druid?
Oh,
Fidon.
Fidon.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to think about it possibly being Fidon, as he's someone closely tied to the druids, but he has the easiest. He knows everything about her. He's been around her. I don't want to think it.
I suppose one way or another, we will eventually find out. So for now,
I
just be vigilant.
Yeah. I think overall, what I hope is we just take out these servants and nothing happens to the masters, minus Motley Apex. I kind of forced him into here not to be a master, but to cease his existence. So
How do you feel
otherwise,
about the homunculus woman?
I think that she has been brought up to do this and does not understand that she could have a life outside of this. And I genuinely don't want to hurt her. She may not live long. I really wish she could. I wish there was a way to just allow her to have a longer time, but I hope that the time she does have would be something where she can enjoy herself and not be forced to just participate in this war and just die. That's not what she should be existing. She should be existing for herself. She deserves a second chance, a chance at all. And I think what gets me is that, we see these people like Penelope sees her, immediately gives her these chances. She sees the two harvesters that, they had this opportunity to run away. They got that out of this, but they knew what they signed up for. And, some may have felt cornered, but they knew they were killing people. They knew they were harming, and that still was okay with them. But, we talk about Enosh and the forest that we have to destroy, and she just completely dismisses Clover and treats him like this horrible human being who was the one in control when it was Enosh. And he's just this boy who wanted to do something good. And I don't understand how everyone else gets these second chances, but she won't even consider it for him. It's like venom. But these harvesters get it so easily. I don't understand, Enon.
Have you spoken to her about these feelings?
Not yet. It just kind of came welling up at the dinner table.
I would recommend you find out what you can just to avoid internal conflicts. In the time that I'm from, it was not uncommon for allies to undermine one another when they had disagreements or values dissonance. And as things stand right now, there are a group of us, and we don't even know our own capabilities because we don't know what other servant we are working with, and we don't fully understand where everyone falls on our enemies. So, communication is helpful. I would recommend it. And in the event that you have differences, you need to make sure that none of you have deal breakers, because the last thing you want to do is have someone freeze at an important moment because you're not on the same page. And to do that, you may also need to meet them on some topics that you're less comfortable with.
Okay. We have a lot to prepare for. Maybe I can talk to her on the boat, just the two of us.
You may have trouble finding space for that on the boat.
If she hasn't fallen asleep, well, no, she's sharing her ring with everybody, I guess. It's hard when you know that right now she's happy, and it's such a heavy topic.
War has never been known for its patience.
No. No, it hasn't. I guess I'll give it a few for her to just, show everybody, do maybe some studies with you, and then maybe I can swing out there and talk to her.
One thing you might also want to consider would be speaking with Annis and finding out what, if anything, the two of you are willing to share in terms of information. I understand fully why you would not want her to know my capabilities, but there may be some amount of information that the two of you can coordinate on to give us an idea of how to strategize. Because for right now, I'm operating on the assumption that should we encounter another servant, I am fighting alone. And
Yeah.
while I believe in my abilities, it would be much more helpful to know what exactly
Your backup looks
we
like,
have to
yeah.
work with, because I cannot wander far from you if I don't know if the servant who is present can keep you safe.
Okay. Yeah, like I told her not to tell me, obviously, her servant's name or really the abilities. We know that Motley can pull information from people. He's already done it once, Penelope, and who's to say anyone else from the Mage Association can't do the same. We've seen it in action. The less that we know, the safer our minds are for each. But I do think that would be helpful.
Well, it sounds like you have your work cut out for you. So, in the interest of helping you conserve your energy, I am going to fade out for a moment, but I will be with you as you go about. I won't leave your side. I just will not be there.
Thank you, Inan.
He nods. You're, you're doing
Mm.
you're doing well for a stressful situation. Try to take the pleasant moments when you can, but don't lose sight of the overall objectives.
He just nods. And he'll go to study for a little bit and kind of like keep an eye out and listen, see if he hears like Penelope kind of walk by at some point because he knows that she's gonna be showing off her stuff.
Okie doke. He poofs out. I think Annis just went to sleep.
Pretty much.
So I'm just gonna drag Derek up there.
I mean, he got a full night's. He doesn't have to hang out in there if he doesn't want to.
Gotta go cuddle.
He's
Boom.
enjoying the fact that you have some privacy before you get on a boat where you will not.
Fair. She doesn't have to go to sleep right away.
That is up to
Wink,
you.
wink.
That's actually up to Derek. I don't know if he's at that point, if they're back at that point.
I mean, Derek is okay for it.
Okay, cool.
So the
He
fun
is
bumps
a
are made.
hot-blooded male American. I don't know what American has to do with it.
Derek is currently operating on the assumption that there are enough death flags flying around that he doesn't want to wait.
Time for marriage part 2 boogaloo.
God.
God.
He's not
You
going
don't want to
through
wait.
that, but so hey, Penelope's wandering.
I'm just kind of dragging her around.
That's fair. Yeah, we don't have to play through you telling people, but
Yep,
show off.
you
It's
can.
cute.
They're both just like going around and showing off, and I assume Catherine is taking like 500 pictures of it and saving it to upload to the internet later.
Quite possibly. Yeah, so as you're wandering around, though, you do go past Buck, who is currently annoying the shit out of Freddy by just
Of course.
floating around him like it's nothing. So is this something that you can do? Can you do that? Is that like a vampire thing? I can't do that. Are you sure? Because it's really not that hard. You just sort of float a little bit. See? I mean, I'm here, and then before you know it, boop, I'm up here, and then now I'm over you. See? It's kind of fun, kind of neat. I didn't actually have to take that long to learn how to do this. I'm pretty good at it. That is the life that you overhear as you walk by.
I assume she's just shown Freddy at some point just to add to his slight annoyance.
Yeah. Believe it or not, this is still better than the boat.
Is he talking to Buck or Penelope?
To anyone who will listen. He's mostly talking to himself, but he's not hiding it. It's like he's almost trying to convince himself that this is better than the boat.
Oh.
I'm going to have to give him his new token for next time. He is no longer wearing the suit and looking all disgruntled.
Oh, he's no longer a nerd? Wait, no. He's
No, it's
always
still
a nerd.
that. He's just going to have his new outfit.
Cool. Can't wait to see what that is.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I have to update like everyone's tokens at this point. It's really sad because so many of the Picrew that they were made with aren't there anymore. So new appearances for everybody. Yeah, so you circle around. Is everyone good to move ahead time wise?
Yeah,
Sure.
I assume so.
I mean, yeah. If are we having that talk with Penelope tonight,
That is
or
up to the two of you. I
what
have
you
no
want?
power over that.
I'll say,
Bye.
like, Penelope's just, like, once she and Johnny are done, like, showing off, like, they're just gonna go chill in the room. I assume it's quiet next door. I don't know.
That is
Which
up
next
to
door?
Diana.
Huh? I guess it depends on what time it is at this point.
I mean, wandering around took a little bit of time, so it's probably quiet.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say it's quiet.
Okay, yeah. Ida knocks at her door.
Did you forget to tell somebody?
Um, I know, I think we told everybody.
All right, well, in case I'll get it, but if it's like a telemarketer, I'm just gonna blast them into the water.
Land.
She opens the door. No, I don't want an extender. Oh, it's you. Okay. Um,
Can I come in?
looks back over her head to Penelope.
I guess
Sure.
yeah, he's like, can I talk to you, Penelope?
Yeah, about what?
I've been bothered since dinner.
Okay.
Every time Clover happens to be brought up in conversation, you condemn him like he's Inosh. And I don't understand why, and it really hurts.
Far as I know, I've never actually met Clover. Anytime I've run into him, he's been Einosh.
What gets me though is you've given chances to, and I finally remembered their names, Leopold and Elias, people that willingly chose to join the Harvesters. Like, some of them did feel trapped, but they still chose to hurt others. You know, you gave them second chances. And shoot, Johnny was in a similar situation to Clover. You didn't have a choice. And you instantaneously let Johnny knew you had her back. And you didn't hold that against her. But I've told you that Clover wasn't in control. It wasn't something that he did. But you're always so mean about it.
So you're comparing what Johnny was going through to what Clover is going through?
No, I am saying there are people that have made conscious choices or they were stuck in situations where they didn't have choices, but you have given them second chances or you have seen that they weren't in control. Why is it different for him?
Because from him.
Oh, you
I
cut out.
don't know him. I do not know him. The reason I have given everybody else those second chances and the reason I've helped so many other people is because I have been able to see who they actually are.
Then why don't you trust my judgment? He can't kind of see you. He's a rock.
He can't see me right now because he's a rock. But, like, what part of him have you seen that we have also not seen?
His genuine care and trying to help. He was in the same exact situation that Annis and I were in when no one would listen to him. He just tried to make a good, positive change, and he got taken advantage for that. Einosh knew exactly what he was doing. Einosh knew he had a vulnerable victim. He was a victim, Penelope.
Okay. And I get that. But I still don't know who he is. I've never met him.
And I stand by that statement. Why don't you trust my opinion? Why can't you just be nicer about it? It hurts. It hurts seeing everybody else get all of the second chances, all of this effort.
And you know what hurts? Is when you keep taking my ability to make my choices away from me. You never trust me to make my own choices. You always try to intercede when I try to make choices.
Because you do the same to me. You never trust anything I do.
Okay, look, just because I tried to stop you from chugging an entire pot of coffee.
Everybody deserves a second chance, and I want to make sure that we have so many people we're about to face. And I want to make sure that nobody can get minus obviously Motley Apex stand on this hill. He's gonna go.
Yeah, he does not get a second chance from me.
No,
so I don't give everybody second chances.
No, that understandable. It has been presented, and he decided to turn it down. He did not want to change his ways. But we don't even know who in the school have these command seals, and I'm hoping they can get second chances too, whether or not we get to meet them. Really hoping Pierce doesn't have a command seal, honestly.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he did at this point. Okay, look. I will do my best to be nicer about Clover. If you can trust me a little more.
Can we trust each other a little more?
You know what? If we can, let's promise to trust each other a little more so that we can each retain our own opinions of whatever else is happening. But also, I need you to... I'm going to be completely honest. I'm still kind of mad about the thing that happened on the boat. I'm still kind of mad about that. But we've already hashed that out a lot, and I realize that a lot of that is me having to get over what has happened. Because I can't change it. It's happened. This is the situation we're in now. It is what it is. And we have to move on. We just have to do our best to prevent what is happening beyond that. So I will work through that on my own. And the two of us can work on trusting each other more. Does that sound like a deal?
He nods his head.
Okay.
I guess on the boat, or now if you're not immediately sleeping, I've been trying to think of a way for sending a message and bringing about mystery and I know you need to talk to Morgan. And I've racked my head over everything, and just modern isn't going to do it. I may need your help, and I think this is a good idea, and I would like your opinion.
About what?
When it comes time to fight Motley,
Mhm.
you want to have Morgan awake already, yes?
I mean, that's the idea.
We're finding Camelot. That is the first order of business. I don't know how much you're wanting to ask of her, and I don't think we should ask too much of her, because she will ask for more in return, but I don't know your list.
Gonna be between me and her.
Yep.
So what do you...
I am trusting your list.
Okay, but what are you asking me for?
I need to know if either I can talk to her or I can be there for that moment and we share it together. I would like to ask her if she can project the fight to all the sleeping minds during that moment.
Well, I need to dream about this fight.
It's something that can't be explained, and anyone that's sleeping will be hit by it. It would cause more mystery. And it would send a message to all the harvesters that are on the material plane that if they do not drop arms, they are next. It brings hope to those that are phantasmals and humans that feel trapped. That the reign will be over, and it is over. Plan on taking him out in that fight. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's no other way to share that information to the outside world. Nothing that they would believe. Unless it's a phenomenon like that.
Is something we could ask? Have you thought about asking? Well, no, you can't really ask Lucretia right now. Ugh, okay. I'll keep it in mind. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's a good idea.
Thank you. If I could have that moment with her, with you there, without, it doesn't matter. I desperately need to ask this of her.
You can ask her whatever you want. Just please be careful.
Understood. Like I said, it's the only thing I would ask because I dare not ask.
If you want, if you want to keep the risk out of it for yourself, I can ask her if you want.
I'm not putting more on top of your plate. You already have a list, Penelope.
She just shrugs.
I do not want you burdening yourself with more. You are already... He looks her in the face. He's like, I can tell you are probably asking a lot. I know you. You put too much on your plate.
Is asking a friend for a favor.
Say that again.
I just look at this as asking a friend for a favor.
I'll ask her. It's okay.
Okay.
Thank you. And thank you for reassuring me it's a good idea. I needed that. Kind of nods to Penelope, nods to Johnny. I hope you both get ample sleep. See you tomorrow morning on the boat.
Are we leaving at midnight?
Wait, say that again?
Aren't we leaving at midnight?
Oh, yes, I guess that's not... Is that considered or not considered? In a few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest well. And he'll close the door gently behind him, head back to the room. Boop.
Johnny walks over and locks the door. That was the thing.
Oh. Okay, something is going on with your microphone.
Yeah, you sound like you're very far away.
That's weird.
Oh, there you
there
go.
you are.
Okay.
Oh, maybe Discord's dumb. Anyway, yeah, Johnny goes and locks the door, and she walks over and goes, "So that happened."
That happened. Ugh.
I mean, for whatever it's worth, I've never met the real one, but the one I met turned me into a rock. So I'm kind of glad he's a
Yeah,
rock.
no, I was literally thinking about the exact same thing.
Well, big guy means well. Hopefully it'll work out.
Yeah.
Killed a man. Johnny's killed a man.
And not on.
No, but that's the
Look,
point he was trying to put across
look.
there. It's like he's like Johnny's killed a man, not on purpose, but that's kind of the what he's trying to get across.
Well,
Janice is out.
maybe after he kills a butcher, he'll pull a stick out of his ass, which is impressive because he's got a pretty big ass.
Actually reach his ass.
You're right. He might need help.
Ew, okay, yeah, no, I'm not helping him with that.
No. He has a servant. That's their job, right?
Maybe he can get Clover to pull it out of his butt. She just stares.
You hear very faintly from down the hallway, Annis in her sleep go, "Gross."
All right.
Okay, yeah, that was uncalled for on my end. Ugh.
Or maybe she's not asleep yet.
I'm gonna go check and make sure Diana's alive. And then we've got some time to kill, so.
It's true. Okay, so I'm gonna let you decide what state Diana's in.
Yeah, did Cersei just tuck her into bed, or does Cersei suddenly have more mana?
She's gonna knock on the door. She doesn't hear an answer. She's just gonna walk in. Is Cersei still there?
Cersei or Belle.
Belle.
Is Belle still there?
In the form of Medea.
Yeah, blue-haired Belle is currently sitting over here on the couch reading a book.
Yeah.
Diana just passed the fuck out. It's like, okay, oh god, she snores louder than I do. Okay, just gonna go up to Belle and be like, is she okay?
She seems very tired.
She's, yeah. This is gonna be a very strange comment to make. But, like, she looks a little more, like, drained somehow than she was at the dinner table.
Does she? She
She
hops
looks,
up and she walks over and she takes a look at her. She's very tired.
it's nice of you to take care of her.
She seems to be very important to the lot of you, so. And it seems like she made it possible for you to get here, so.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, she's been through a lot.
Yeah. She goes through a lot and just, I don't know. She's still kind of a mystery to me. Diana's just snoring in the background.
I would say that she's probably used to going through things on her own and doesn't really know how to open up to others.
see that. Like, because I stayed with her for a couple of months over the summer, and even then I still didn't really, like, I got to know her pretty well, but I don't know, I don't understand some of the choices she makes. And I don't understand, like, I don't know. I'm a little worried about her, but I can't blame her for feeling the way she feels about things.
Well, as long as you're available for her to open up to, I'm sure she'll open up eventually. It's hard to carry a burden like that for so long. I don't know exactly what her burden is, but I know she has one.
She pretty much fell asleep when you brought her in here, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, she did look pretty. She looked pretty happy. Like, I don't know. Like, she was definitely tired, but like, I don't know. She seems like she does get moments of joy every now and then.
They're important. They're why we're
Mm-hmm.
alive.
Yeah. 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 Mm. Although it was pretty impressive that you were able to pick her up like that.
Oh, she's lighter than she looks.
Diana's also pretty good at picking people up like that.
She is. You know, she wasn't always as good at that.
Well, yeah, I mean, she does drink the Hill Giant strength potions.
Oh, she could lift a fair bit without it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You should ask her to pick you up sometime.
I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty easy to pick up.
Well, just wouldn't underestimate her. I'm pretty sure she can carry that boyfriend of hers without much issue, and I don't think she needs a potion for it. He strikes me as someone who doesn't mind.
You said you were from the Mediterranean?
Yes, I've lived around there for a bit. Greece, Italy, all the famous touristy spots. I like to travel.
Yeah, like I I went there with my best friend one time, and we learned all sorts of cool stuff.
There's a lot of
We learned
history.
about we learned about all the history, and we learned about a lot of the myths there, and like how stories can change over time, and I don't know, it's a fun trip,
I
and
recommend
it's
everyone travel at least once in their life.
oh
Give
yeah,
you a good sense of how big the world is and how much bigger it's gotten.
yeah. I mean, I know that trip is how I decided what my name was.
How did you come to that decision?
So, like, I there was one point when we were in the Mediterranean, and I was reading a book about all these like really cool like Greek myths, and I saw the name Penelope, and I was like, "Oh, that's a pretty name. I like that name." And so I read a little more, and I was like, "Okay, well, this lady like she seems like she had to put up with a lot, but she seemed like she stuck it out in the end, and she basically stuck to what she believed in, and made things work for herself, and I was like, that's kind of cool. I like that, and I was just like, all right, cool. My name is now Penelope. That and my birth name was kind of not so glamorous.
Well, it was the name that you were born with, but it is up to you to decide what people will call you.
And yeah. And I'd say at this point, Diana kind of like wakes up just a little bit, and she's like, "Are you still here?"
Just chatting with Penelope.
Oh, hi, Penelope. Oh my goodness, I'm exhausted. Um, very pretty. It's very blue, and then she just like passes back out. She gonna be okay?
I assume so. I think she's just very tired and very hungry, and now that she's eaten and she's getting some sleep, she should be up pretty soon.
Well, again, thank you for keeping watch over her.
Of course, I want to make sure that everything goes as smoothly as we can, given everything that's at stake. And honestly, I've got a little bit of first aid expertise, so I think she should be fine. She just needs rest.
So, if you don't mind me asking, are you? I know Anna said that you're like her aunt's friend. I don't even remember. She said 3 different things at this point.
It gets a bit complicated in the world of the pointy ears.
Yeah.
We try not to think too much about it because we're all sort of afraid that the tree doesn't branch as far as it should.
Um. Out of curiosity, like, I know we all kind of have different abilities to help us out. Are you anything in particular? Like,
Oh, I'm a bit of a mage, but not a fan of the political end of things. I prefer independent study.
ew, like, are you are you a cleric? If you
Oh,
know first aid?
if you're asking where my magecraft lies, I'm more in the sorceress end of things. I take the
Oh,
power from within.
that's like Johnny.
Is she? I hadn't really had an opportunity to ask her, but I was curious.
Do you wanna?
Um,
Do you wanna?
I would love to meet her. Um, Perhaps we can compare notes. One of the fun things about sorcerers is finding out where a power comes from.
She's she's really something else. Like she's pulling her power from her own story, and I think that's pretty cool.
You mean she's a first generation in her bloodline?
Uh, I don't know how to answer that.
Did she Was she born with abilities, or is she cultivating them on her own?
She's kind of cultivating them on her own.
That is
I
interesting.
think it's been a very complicated process. She used to be in kind of a really not so great Warblog pact.
Oh, you have to be careful with those.
Yeah.
It's like you've decided that a lawyer is someone that you want to attach your soul to.
But we got her out of it, and yeah. Do you want to come talk to her? She's just next door.
My understanding is that the two of you were just wed, and I feel like I would be intruding. Unless you have a different kind of relationship.
I don't know what you're implying.
Oh, just some people follow different traditions. Something you pick up traveling.
Are you being nasty right now?
I am never nasty. Everything that I do is beautiful.
Okay. Well then I guess I will leave you to it, and she just kind of gestures over at Diana, who's just like completely passed out with like an arm over her face, just like ugh.
I'll make sure that she's fine. And if you two would like some privacy, I can put up a spell to help.
I wouldn't say no.
All right, well, have fun. Just know that you're not going to hear anything from outside either, so try not to oversleep.
It's okay. We'll be fine. Okay, leave the room. That lady is very interesting.
Yeah, not really sure what to make of her.
Either. She's really nice though.
Yeah, she seems to be. I know Annis has a lot of family, but I feel like we've met a lot of her family and no one ever mentioned her.
Yeah, I have my suspicions about that, but
You want to go ask Buck?
um, I have a feeling Buck is gonna need some time to meditate. I don't want to mess with him right now.
That's fair.
And besides, Belle is also she also does sorcery things.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I told her the two of you should talk at some point. Just
I'll have a chat with her. I'm sure there'll be plenty of time on the boat.
oh,
Sure.
and she set up the room so that we could have some privacy too.
Oh, that's an interesting trick. Let me just go make sure. And she goes over to the door, and then she opens up the door, and she goes outside, closes the door. You don't hear anything for a moment. She goes back inside, closes the door, locks it again, comes over here, locks it again, comes back over here, screams incredibly loud, "Oh God, it's a chupacabra!" Waits to see if anyone shows up. No one does. Comes back over here, fade to black.
It's the next day or midnight. Yeah.
Time passes.
There will be a couple hours after Annis wakes up before departing.
Yeah.
So,
Does anyone have any more business here, or should I move the tokens to the boat?
Boat.
yeah.
Boat.
I can't think of anything Annis would need to do other than load supplies on the boat and then load herself on the boat.
Okay. Drag people over to the boat.
Diana is gonna ask Belle to carry her onto the boat.
Maybe
As
Annis would cook
trouble.
a nice modest little dinner. Take some of it on the boat.
Dragging people to the boat.
I don't think the song has come out yet, but the entire time anyone is on the boat, they just hear very faintly in the distance, "I'm on the boat."
Yeah, I don't think the islands are quite that lonely just yet.
Flippy floppy.
That's why we can't hear it very well. It's because it's coming from the future.
Yeah. I'm assuming you're bringing Hemlock.
Yeah.
All right.
Every once in a while, he'll fly ahead and scout.
All right.
I would have asked my servant to do the territory creation over as much of the base as possible to just add an extra layer of protection.
Okay.
I would have made some holy water before taking a little snooze and resting up.
Yep. We are approaching the point where those are going to start costing you money. Not yet.
Yeah. Yeah. How many holy waters can I be allowed?
I'm not trying to move.
Oh, I'm going to turn off the lock on that. You're on a boat. You're on a boat,
I'm on a
Lydia.
boat.
Like, if you move off of the boat, that's on you. But presently on a boat.
I need to roll something. Hang on.
How many holy waters do you allow?
Let me see. You're using them with ceremony?
Yeah,
Uh,
takes me an hour to do.
so before you cast spells, I am
Yeah.
going to remind you that you will be using hit dice and spell slots to power your servant.
Never mind. I will not be making more
Just
holy water.
letting you know.
I take back what I said. I get the biggest, beefiest snooze.
Okay.
Hibernation mode.
That
Couldn't
is
do territory creation on the boat because it's moving.
because it's
Well,
moving. Yeah.
but Van-Fem could. But he's a
Okay, so technically you can do territory creation on something that moves, but you cannot do it on multiple territories. So
fair.
it is up to you where you would like to do that.
Her thing was an island, so it makes more sense for it to be the base. I'd like it to be the base. It
Okay,
feels like an extra layer of security.
that's fair. It is definitely a thing that can be done. She's very good at it. Doesn't take
I have
that
a feeling
long.
that the Titanic but cooler may not be as long for this world as the base for some
Given its
reason.
namesake. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking over the territory creation rules. Um,
We're heading for the ocean, which means there's a beach.
at some point.
We can
So,
finally have a beach episode, but without beach.
my God. Um, so most of the benefits of territory creation go specifically to her. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
while she's not there, it won't really do a whole lot. But if,
Mm-hmm.
she gets there for some reason, then she's at a massive advantage while she's there. So, yeah, just a note that we set up for whenever you come back. I think we got
Maybe I
everybody
should
in
have
here.
her. Maybe I should have her do it on the boat since we're going to be on the boat for a little bit.
You
Is
can.
it something that she can undo on the boat and then redo on the base, or is it
So
one and
what
done?
what you can do is you can establish it on the boat, and then if the boat comes back, moving it from the boat to the base will, it'll be like a long rest activity. Um, if you leave the boat there and come back, then it will probably take a little bit longer to set it up and reinforce it across something as large as the base. Like the boat is small, so
Okay.
that's a little bit easier. We may revisit this later because territory creation is broken. So if we decide that territory creation on something that moves is too good, we might change that. But for right now, I'm trying to keep an open mind on servant stuff because it's all broken. So we'll just see if it gets disproportionately broken.
Well, if it's too broken, we can just sink the boat.
I mean, there's that too. Um, like I having built many servants now, they're all broken. It's just a
Oh,
question of
look,
who's broken hurts what.
I took a look and I said, that's delicious.
Oh,
So,
you took a look at the thing that I added to your sheet earlier?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
I think you're looking forward to that, and I think that'll be fun when we get there.
Oh, yes.
I'm kind of proud of that one because I made that one all up on my own. So hooray.
Aw.
Um, yeah. So anyway,
So yeah, I think I'd have her use it on the boat.
okay. The boat is small.
Yeah.
She sets it up. Let's see. Oh, I know a way we can balance this out. So where it has the different ranks, I'm gonna say that um, she can always set things up at a lower rank, and that can scale with the space. So, like her maximum rank covers like the base, but she can do it at a lower rank on the boat.
Makes
So
sense.
you get less of a benefit on it, but you gain mobility. And when you're in the base proper, if she wants to reset it up in the base, it can go at a higher rank and get her more perks. But I think that's the cleanest way to do this. And
Mm-hmm.
that would also explain how she threw it together faster.
Also true.
So we'll do that. So while on the boat, um, she could get this to uh, a D rank. So not quite as good, but still nice. So um, I will do all the math on that so you don't have to keep track of it. But
Ooh.
um, the important thing for your purposes is that while in the base, the threshold was 6 level spells, for this one, it's only going to be 3.
Oh, that's about what I thought.
Yeah.
I feel like Aiden and Annis would coordinate between each other. Like, hey, time for meditation or prayers, our spell list together.
Oh, like
Like, are
Annis
you
and
going to take
Aiden's.
Lesser
Okay.
Restoration? Do I need to hold on to it? Or do you want to have Hold Person, or do you want me to have it? Because I'm trying so hard to go through this list. I've got...
And you don't want to overlap. I
Yeah.
feel like I've never taken Hold Person out after that one time where it was
cool.
clutch.
Then I do not need to have that in
Let
there.
me see if I took Lesser Restoration.
I know we both generally had that, but it's not something that's like
I have it.
Okay, then I will not do that. Do you have... You've got some cures in there. You tend to have the healing word, right?
Yeah, I believe I have healing word.
Okay, I tend to have like
Yeah.
cure wounds.
I have healing word, Lesser Restoration, Hold.
Okay, perfect.
I always have polymorph.
Okay, yeah. I think that's honestly the healing and the Hold Person is generally our only overlap. I put down Detect Good and Evil as always. That really never comes off my list. And the one thing I questioned that I'm like, should I put down Dispel Magic?
Oh, I think I might have Dispel Magic.
If you have that, then I will not do that.
Oh, I don't think I took it.
The other thing I was thinking about was Silent, because
I don't know what we're encountering. I have Dominate Beast.
Okay, cool.
And Speak with Plants as always.
Yo.
And Water Breathing because we're on a boat and we're around water.
Okay.
And now we're
and
seeing
then Create or
how I did
Destroy
not
Water.
give you prepared spell casting on your servant, because that would be hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then honestly, he would look at you and be like, do you want me to bless us, or do you want me to bane our potential foes?
Well,
it's the same thing, but honestly in reverse. Yin and Yang, either we get a bonus to our saves and our hits, or they get
we don't know who we're going to be encountering.
So you just want to hit them harder?
Well,
and it's guaranteed we're not having to fight against it.
They shouldn't. No enemy masters should be attacking tonight.
Well, there's still creatures out and about.
There's creatures out and about. I feel like we should try diplomacy, not just go in guns blazing, as they say. So maybe blessing us.
Blessing us, okay. Yeah, that'll at least be our saves in case they decide they don't want.
And we do have very, very charming people on the boat.
That's fair.
Literally and also figuratively.
So, I don't know what your servant can do. I can tell you that servant's good at scouting.
She, ignore that. I didn't actually say that out loud. Servant is good for a lot of things. Very multi-talented. A lot of distractions and subterfuge.
The Hinan is good at a distance, which
Mine is also good at a distance.
that means potentially we are going to have to be solo, which is a risk in itself.
Well, we've got a lot of muscle backing us up, and she like grabs one of her own biceps.
Well, yes, but if a servant hits us head on, do you think distance is going to be an issue?
If we can see them coming from far enough away.
Okay. I just wanted to see what our dynamic looked like and how we can play with this and work it to our advantage.
You know, Belle's a lot like me. She can throw lightning like I can. She can do a little healing.
He just looks at you. So, Belle is servant?
No. I'm saying.
I thought
Belle's
we're talking about servants. That's why he was really confused for a second.
Well, I mean, you know what basically everyone else can do. Well, we don't really know what Johnny can do now, but you know, Derek is good at punching, and Buck is good at stabbing people in the fucking back.
Well, currently, Freddy is the only person that can harm a servant.
You don't know that.
Oh, I thought we okay, sorry. Retract statement. I thought that was something that happened where he got them on from.
I don't remember
church.
I don't remember doing that.
Yeah, okay. Then yeah, he's like currently
that's a good point, because we don't know what Johnny can do if it's different from before, and you don't really know what Freddy can do, and to be fair, I don't really know what Freddy can do either.
Yeah,
but we know what Penelope is capable of. We know what Diane is capable of. We know somewhat what Buck is capable of. I was just
he's
saying.
now got new things too.
Yeah, that's true. I was just pointing out the one obvious one that you may not know.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, but I feel like honestly that's not going to help too much servants, and we need something to actually hit a servant.
Well, or you just take out the master. Not kill the master, but.
So you're going to take their hands off?
I hadn't thought that far ahead.
That's what the quickest, least horrible way. I mean, preferably wouldn't. I would love to just. I don't know if knocking out is good enough.
Well, if they use all three of the command seals, then the servant isn't tied to them anymore. So we just make them use their command seal.
Preferably, yes. That's better than taking off somebody's hand. It's just, I guess,
or depending on the master, we could also try and negotiate. Form an alliance for now, and then figure out later. Like the arrangement we had with Luvia.
You're gonna kill that person, right?
If I find out who they are, they will not make it out alive.
Okay,
no.
yeah.
I don't have the no killing thing like you.
Yeah, I'll just stay alive.
First, we have to find that church, and before that, we have to figure out if we're in danger. So, I'll have Hemlock scouting around. I may go fly up and scout around myself.
Enon will scout around as well. He's got the best eyes of any of us.
And Diana and Buck were saying that they are also here to scout. We have many eyes.
A lot of eyes.
Not enough hands.
Yeah. Nathana's had 4 arms.
Punch 4 times as many people. Wait, no, that's not how that works. Twice as many people. I just woke up.
Did you bring the coffee for the boat trip?
Of course I did.
Okay, I think Penelope will enjoy. That covers that conversation.
Yeah.
Aiden's gonna take watch up here.
Oh, who's steering?
That's.
I feel like it's got to be Penelope. Probably being held up by Johnny.
So bold of you to assume that they're at this end of the boat and not at the bow.
Oh, here, let me get out of the way. Wait, your recreation.
Oh, yeah.
I'm driving the boat.
She's kind of
We're
taking
drifting.
This Titanic thing a little too far. I think it's a borderline obsession.
So
Boy, we can't hear a word you're saying. You're cutting out a lot. You're very much peeking the mic.
I said, suck it, Annis! I do what I want!
I know.
Living the life.
We lost you again. We just heard that.
She's very enthusiastic.
Very enthusiastic screaming that we can't hear.
Yep, she's just, yay.
Do you
Maybe
know how to
back
use
away
that,
from the
big
mic.
guy? Do you know
Sorry?
how to use that wheel, big guy?
That is actually a good question.
Oh no! Wait, hold on.
We're about to find out.
Can any of us drive?
Let me look at my skills. What would this be, like a survival?
For drive, like, have you ever done this before? Is the first question, because like I don't think
Nope.
you're proficient in boats. Like boats are a
Absolutely not.
tool that I don't think you're proficient in.
All he knows is there's a wheel. He knows what a wheel looks like. And that's it.
Would Annis have bothered learning how to drive the boat
I am
while she was
assuming if you
building
went
it?
through the trouble of building a boat that you learned how to use it.
I would hope so. Yeah. You said wheel, and he just went for the shape that looked like a wheel.
What's the role for this?
For piloting a ship.
Yeah. Survival?
That's what I was thinking.
It probably like I think it's one of those things where like it's a tool or a skill that you do or don't have, but I'm gonna do the easy thing and I'm gonna go to backgrounds and I'm gonna find sailor and I'm gonna see what they can do because that better tell me how a boat works.
What skill do you roll in D&D to drive?
So sailors are proficient in athletics and perception.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes
sense. So I think they've just abstracted it out. I'm going to operate on the assumption that if you've learned how to use a boat under normal boat conditions, you'll be fine.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. It sounded like something cut out for a second. I was like, oh God, no.
I'm going to assume that if you went through the trouble of making this thing, that you learned how to use it, and will only really bother with rolls if something weird happens that actually requires it. And by then I will have looked up what the general consensus on how to do this is.
There's like driving skills in other RPGs, but I'm blanking on what they had Travis's character roll in campaign 2.
I am willing to bet that 5e does not actually have rules for this because they don't have rules
Probably
for a lot
not.
of things.
I mean, it might depend on like if you're like in a storm trying to keep the boat on course, that might be strength. But if you're just steering, that might be dex or intelligence to not run it aground. I don't know. Anyway, I can't wait to see what roll you make.
So,
because I rolled a second ago to see if Hannes would notice and try and stop Aiden at all, and no.
Oh, okay, excellent. He found the wheel, right? Oh, there's your roll.
Oh no. Oh,
just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh dear.
Aiden's found the wheel. Like, and it's this, right? It's circular. It's a wheel, except it's not like, I don't know, like on a wagon or anything.
Have you ever driven anything?
No, usually I am the one pulling things.
What? Why don't you let here? I'll steer for now. Go away, compile log.
Have you driven a boat on?
I learned while I was making the boat.
I mean, I've driven a yacht.
I mean, if you want to take the wheel, by all means.
Yeah. I'll take the.
Looking it up, so sailors get proficiency vehicles water. So.
But none of us are sailors.
None of you are going to have that. I don't imagine anyone picked it.
No.
Should have summoned a writer, pirate servant. Damn.
Drake!
I was about to say, we could have had it all. We could have had Drake.
Francis, yeah.
We could have had Drake and her tracts of land.
I mean, Drake is pretty cool.
But none of us summoned her. Or did we?
Drake is pretty cool.
I reveal no secrets. But she is baller.
Yeah. Anyway.
She is cool despite Shinji.
Fucking go. Ennis
like,
will have control, not control water. Or did I take that? Ennis will have some sort of spell at the ready in case things go horribly wrong, which they are wont to.
Hooray. So, next question. How many of you can see more than 60 feet out in the dark?
I feel like
uh,
maybe
feel
be
like
able to do
Enon
that. Yeah.
can.
I mean, Penelope can.
Put my goggles on.
Okay, so how far out can you see in the dark?
I think it's 120. Hold on. I'm double checking because I don't remember off the top of my head.
Dark vision 6. So exactly 60.
Yeah, 60
Yeah,
feet.
I've got 120 feet.
Okay,
Damn.
so it's a good thing that Penelope's at the front because she can tell you when you need to turn.
Oh dear. Is Diana the only person that can't
She
see in
does,
the dark?
Can't see shit.
Diana cannot see in the dark as I understand it.
But like the half elves and the full elf can, and obviously the servants can.
I love that the person driving the boat can't see in the dark. That makes me
Oh
happy.
no. Do dancing lights move or are they stationary?
Yes, they do move.
They move.
Okay.
And they move pretty far. As long as the lights are between each other, like 10 feet, you can move them out about 100 feet. Correct?
You can essentially make
Maybe.
a landing strip.
Pretty much.
Can you see in to move the boat?
Me?
Right. Not to be insensitive. I don't think you can see.
No, I can't.
Okay.
Belle pats her on the back and now she can see in the dark.
Oh, right.
Uh,
Oh, thank you.
Belle,
I
Belle,
was going to
It
try
seemed like a
something
good
like
idea.
that. I just didn't have it prepared today.
thank you, Belle. Just like tucks the
Can I
hair
borrow the
behind her
dark
ear, like,
vision? Problem solved.
I mean, she still only has 60 feet of dark vision, but it's more than she had before.
Thanks.
Well, Penelope and Johnny are at the front, so I'm going to go back here and make sure nothing is sneaking up behind us. And I'll have Hemlock flying up every once in a while and taking a look around.
Hemlock flies around.
Once we're sailing.
Yeah. Okay, so that means it is time to.
Ooh, wait. I think I'll also get Goldtilda. Wait, no, not Goldtilda. Goldtilda can't see in the bar. I'll get
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew out, and I'll have one on one side of the boat and the other on the other, scouting to make sure
I
nothing's.
will let you know because you have a high wisdom that it is very
Mhm.
hard to use echolocation on open water.
Right. Maybe I get an owl. Owl. Hmm.
Are you coming up
I'll
with a
think of
name?
a funny name for an owl.
Bring forth the hoot hoot. All right. So I'm going to pick something to put on the map to reflect all of you. Let's see what would be best for that.
I keep trying to think of good owl names and keep coming back to Owl City.
I mean, it's 2005. You can do it.
Or maybe I might need both. Wild.
Who wants to represent party on the boat?
what?
I'm trying to decide what token to use for the boat so that it can move on the mini map without messing with the real map. For next time, I'll actually make like a real one, but for now, I was just taking a look, see something to drag on there. You'd think I'd have a boat token, but I somehow, oh, there's one. We'll use that. Can I just drag that around? Why not? Just don't want it to be huge. All right, let's see how big and or small this ends up being. Way too big. Let's make that smaller.
I don't know. I think that's pretty accurate. It's the Titanic, but bigger.
Whatever. Tells you which map you're in. All right, so starting out here. There we go. All right, I'll get you a better one later, but for right now, there's that. So starting out here, you successfully get from the lake over to the river, gets a little smaller. Let's try to move it. Why are you gridding like that? You're actually set up as hexes. What's wrong with you? Whatever. There we go.
Whee!
Okay. So navigating, you make it into the hilly area where it's kind of dark, so you can't see much. Your various lookouts are all now going to roll perception and see what they can see. So let's start
Is
with,
it hemlock perception time?
you can do a hemlock perception, Anon can do a perception.
Yeah, Anon would definitely perception. Not like I wouldn't.
No,
Oh,
he's back.
oh, the baby boy.
He's well fed.
But I'll say I summoned an owl as well. Do I need to roll for said owl with my stats?
Sure.
I
Do a
will.
d20 if you want. It's whichever.
Oh, just a straight 320.
No, do it with yours because they can use your stats. Familiar or something like that.
Well, Kermit the Tawny Frogmouth, not off to a great start.
Wow, I rolled a 4.
I mean, it happens. Ooh, color coded.
Hee
Okay. So it's relatively peaceful going through the first area. You have Hemlock flying around a bit, giving you a bit of information. You can occasionally look through Hemlock eyes to see the area around. And one thing that you notice in the area to the south, let's get those pictures up. You have a picture, right? I'll be disappointed if you don't. Oh, come on. Let me have a picture.
I know we're not in a forest, but I'm just like, blights?
Not doing that to you just yet. Look, Aiden has enough on his mind without introducing blights again.
He'll try.
Yeah, so there we go. I don't know why this wasn't in the other map, but yeah,
You know what I
so
mean?
looking to the south, Hemlock can see in the area that has a mixture of hills and trees. That up there, past the hills and into the area with the hills and the trees, there are some large things lumbering about in the dark. But these are way in the distance. Like, this is not at all close enough to threaten you. That said, I'm going to show you what lives there, assuming the game will let me, as opposed to just saying preview and then not letting me share.
So, like, about right here? Oh, that's a huge, wow, okay. Can't make
Yep.
anything
I'm going to
smaller than
drag a
5.
token because it's being
Okay.
dumb, but
Ah! Close the window. Come back, dreams. Come back, map. There we go.
Yeah, so we're gonna. All right, so yeah, on that one that you have there, what Hemlock can see is some of those.
Da, 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 da.
I say to the group, think there are dinosaurs here?
Wait.
Oh my god, Vivi would be losing her mind.
Yeah, Hemlock is. Hang on. She does the blind and deaf.
You showed me that movie.
I cannot. If anyone is saying anything, just as a reminder, I cannot hear or see in this state. Okay, no one push me over. Yeah, dinosaurs. Big, scaly guys, off in the distance to the south. They're not close enough to do us any harm, but they're there.
My god.
Like, what kind of dinosaurs are they?
The ones that you can see from this distance with Hemlock are like Brontosaurus, Brachiosaurs, like just large herbivore dinosaurs. Annis also knows just from general being Annis and being a nerd
Yeah.
that these are not likely historically accurate dinosaurs. They are not covered in feathers or anything. These are very much the concept of dinosaurs as imagined by humans, human children, humans who have seen Jurassic Park but not actually done research, and the more traditionally held views of dinosaurs prior to what in 2005 is relatively new understanding among the general population about what dinosaurs look like. So
she comes back from Hemlock Vision. I don't think they're actually actual dinosaurs. From what I understand, dinosaurs should be like covered in feathers, look like big chickens. But these are more like that movie that
The one you showed me, the Jurassic Park.
that movie, yes, the one with the really dumb humans that got eaten by the dinosaurs. They're more like that, like the concept of dinosaurs.
I liked the movie.
Well,
Not the eating part. I liked the dinosaurs.
I'd liked the dinosaurs too. I liked the T-Rex. I wonder if I could turn
yes.
into a T.
Now, Annis, you have fulfilled the requirement of having seen these dinosaurs. If you ever reach a point where you can wild shape into something of that combat rating, you could turn into them.
I don't think that I do. I think that's only moon druids, though.
I don't remember if there are any dinosaurs at the scale that you're allowed to turn into or not.
Well, if I ever see the little guys that are basically proto chicken.
Yeah. Now,
maybe
this
Velociraptor.
also means that you qualify for the ability to turn things into those with polymorph because you've seen them.
oh my god.
Okay. Now that I've seen, even though it's like from a distance in the dark through Hemlock Vision, that still works.
It will work for the purposes of the really big ones that you've seen there. If you ever want to go on a dinosaur expedition to see more dinosaurs, I will leave this on the map so you know which square they're in or which hex they're in.
Since I've seen these, I think I might be able to turn someone into one.
Aiden looks at you. You've already made me a dog. You've already made me a dog. Make me a dinosaur.
If we need a big dinosaur, I mean, these are the big lumbery kind with the long necks. They're not going to. I mean, they could stomp.
Okay, but Annis, you gotta turn Vivi into a dinosaur at some point.
I mean, of course, I'll just do it out of nowhere when
she's gonna lose her shit.
Oh, and if we ever get back, I can brag to Crosby that I've seen a real we could go meet these dinosaurs. They're not that far off.
We have to stay on a mission.
Wait, no, yes, we have a mission.
We have a mission.
Yeah. They're not that far from our base.
Yeah. We can always come back later.
And then we sail on.
And then you sail on.
Aiden waves to the dinosaurs.
All right.
Any more of that and we'll get demonetized. Wait.
So now we are going to ask Diana to roll a d20 and add her
Oh,
proficiency
dear.
bonus.
And add her what bonus? I'm sorry.
Proficiency bonus.
Proficiency. Okay. Where is okay? It's +3.
Okay, is this
Hold on.
something we could add guidance to?
Not for the duration of the hour that you're there.
We can't just be patting her on the back, guidance. Ah, no!
9.
9. That's fine. This is not a high difficulty roll. I have adjusted the difficulties for the fact that I don't know what skills we're using, so don't worry about that. This is just making sure that she's capable of not smashing the boat into a wall, which she is. So
Into the iceberg.
It's just like, can you guys do me a favor? The next time he's asking me to do a roll, and just wait until he finishes talking, please.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear what he was saying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
all right.
continue.
We've gone horribly off course. Campaign's over.
All right, so the boat has moved on to the next sector. And now that we are in the next sector, we're gonna roll from a chart because we have those. See what do. Get to actually D&D this thing, you guys. Okay. So in this one, boat's moving along, and what happens is everyone who's up and paying attention can roll perception, and we will see what you can see in the dark.
Hold on, I'm working on it.
Oh, would this be also hemlock, etc.? I'm gonna roll for Bell.
Roll on
Didn't even. Okay, let me try that again. Stay this time. Thank you. Ugh.
So many dice.
He was distracted by the dinosaurs.
his ancestors.
And it's rolled really well. Dirty 20.
Yeah. Okay, so rolling through that, Annis and Inan can see that there are things in the water around you. And they can actually see what they are. So let's do something with that. And everybody's got the boat map handy. So in the water around you, it's really dark still, but you notice, like the two of you specifically notice things moving around in there, kind of big, kind of splashy, and what they are is familiar for some of you.
Not Zappy!
Oh no.
No!
It's some zappies.
It's some zappies. Oh dear.
It's some
why
zappies.
do you...
And they are very much aware that you're here. And we are now going to roll initiative so you know what's up, except I am going to allow, by virtue of the two of you hitting 20, a free action on these things before they do anything for Annis and for Anon.
Let me consult what I can do.
And just so you know, like, we're gonna stop after this free action. This just sort of sets the pace because.
So since we fought Zappy, would I know if they are a beast?
You would know enough from that little adventure to know that they are classified as monstrosities.
Monstrosities. Well, rip to the Titanic, but cooler. We had it for less than a session.
So.
I can.
Can Annis control water and get us the fuck out?
I don't have control water.
Okay.
I thought I did, but I don't have it. I just have
know
create or destroy water.
Sorry, I know you mentioned it earlier, so I was like,
I don't think I even have it on my sheet, which is weird because I thought I had. Are they like as big as Zappy was?
Oh yeah, these things they're as big as they are on the screen. They are very big.
Animals as the dinosaurs? If I've seen one, I can turn into one.
If they were beasts, yes, but
okay, but they are monstrous.
They are monstrosities.
Can't polymorph.
Nope, you can't mollyporth them.
Did we find out what Zappy was weak to, other than getting stabbed repeatedly?
As far as you could learn last time, weak to violence.
Okay.
You know that they don't seem to mind electricity at all, but other than that, they just seem to be weak to violence.
I will summon elemental. I will summon the water one, because any of the other ones would be bad in this situation.
Okay. Where would you like to summon it?
In the water. Water, like.
Let me find your water elemental.
This might be the first time I've summoned the water elemental.
Let's see.
I guess, like.
Typha.
Here.
Okay. I will add Typha to the combat tracker. And Typha is friend. And Typha is there. So you have summoned a Typha.
And then if it's a free action, I would warn people about the Zappy situation.
We can let them know stuff is going on so that when we get to actual combat, no one's caught unaware.
Got Zappies in the water. Big fucking thunder lizards.
Okay, so you have some of that. What is Anon doing?
I feel like he's only got one thing he can do, and it's shoot it with an arrow.
I mean, he could shoot it with several arrows if he wanted
That
to.
was my first thought. It's just with 3 arrows.
That's trying to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to look at my ability.
So yeah, if you noticed, he has his normal bow. We can just do a multi-attack, and he has a special bow attack. It's up to you.
Yeah. I'm looking at the special because I know how beefy Zappy is.
Yeah.
And I don't want 4 fucking waves of electricity blown at us.
All right. Well, pick one and shoot. You are within range.
I'm gonna get the one that is directly
These are large creatures, or are they like bigger than large?
They are huge.
Huge. Be grappled by the water elemental.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the number 2.
You
To
are
my
welcome
left.
to drag your attack onto it.
Okay. I just drag it 3 times.
Yep, just drag it 3 times before you do any damage.
And I can't attack with the water elemental yet, I'm guessing.
Yeah, not yet. Okay, now do the next one.
And we'll just see if I crit or not.
And since they're in the water, can I assume they can breathe underwater?
Okay. Well, since one of them.
You can't necessarily assume that. Lots of things go in water that can't breathe underwater.
Mm.
Yeah, since the one hit, they all hit. So let's.
Since the one
Yeah,
hit,
do I
they
just
all
drag
hit.
it 3 times?
Drag the damage onto it 3 times.
Wow. Please. Wow.
That's some rolls.
I'm rolling really poorly for this poor guy.
All right, but you hit it, so you get a benefit.
Yeah.
Because your bow does stuff. All right, do a medicine check.
Me?
Yep. Well, as him.
Okay. 27.
All right. So with that, you know from hitting these things that while they definitely have a dangerous lightning breath attack, they try not to use it when on water.
Yeah, I would electrify all the water.
Like they themselves seem to be immune to electricity, but from the way that they work, it seems like the MO of creatures like this, based on what he's seen in the past, is more likely going to be to try to get on the boat, grab something, and then pull it away. Like they're here to eat. They are not here to kill.
Cool. He will let them know that. Do not let them on the boat.
They are probably hungry. Okay, so I will now roll initiative so everyone knows where initiative is at for next time, and then we will pick up from there. So
Those double ones.
that was rough, but you still hit him 3 times and did a decent amount of damage.
Yeah. I'm about to be out of mana real quick.
All right. Initiative has been rolled.
Oh, your water element first.
The elemental will be going first. When we get back, I will have the updated tokens for Buck and for Freddy so that they can participate because you have a lot of action economy here. So that's where we'll pick up next time. And also by then, I will have filled in the rest of your Noble Phantasms. So, hooray! Boat fight!
Yay! Get grappled.
I don't like where Penelope and Johnny are currently positioned now.
But it's so romantic.
It is, until they get eaten.
The Titanic, but cooler. They're zappies.
Look, near, far, wherever you are. And by wherever you are, I mean your initiative's pretty high. Good job.
Hey.
Yeah.
You got better initiative than Anon. Wait, oh no, you didn't. His ability didn't trigger. His initiative will probably be going up. I have to look up exactly what his perk does in this situation. But either way, cool. You're up there.
Amos and Derek are like last, aside from 2 of the Zappies. Petition to have them renamed as Zappy and not Bahir.
I can rename them. Let's give them names. So.
Oh dear.
All right. Look, you're the one who does Nuzlocke, so you name them all. What naming theme do you want to do with electric things?
Let's see.
Zappy Junior, Zappy Senior.
No. One is Edison.
To Edison, and
yeah.
Franklin.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the one that you attacked was apparently Franklin.
Get wrecked, Franklin.
Teach you to fly a kite in a storm.
That's right. Okay, well there you go. They have now been named, which means you're gonna feel bad when you kill them.
No.
I feel no remorse.
What's going to be fun is when you eventually get a crit using that attack you just did.
Oh yeah, be great.
That'll be
I
fun.
look forward to it. I look forward to it.
All right.
Well, now we have like what, 2 weeks to
Yeah.
think about what we're
I
doing.
recommend not overthinking this fight. I don't think you're going to find that it's going to be a big thing. You just hit an encounter on the chart.
Right, but one Zappy took out the horseman with one attack.
Yeah, and one Zappy was stuck in a small confined area and was very hungry.
No.
These
One
ones
Zappy ate
may,
two guys.
like,
To be fair, we don't have to worry about the breath attack this.
That's true. Well, maybe as a last resort.
Maybe.
like if they feel cornered, they might, but we'll see. We'll
Hopefully
find
we
out when we
can.
get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you everybody. We're here, we're doing boat stuff, we're exploring the map, and eventually you're gonna find out what the weird stuff in the water is. It'll be great. And you met dinosaurs. That's cool.
Transfer.
Didn't crash on me this time.
You cut out.
I said Fantasy Grounds did not crash on me this time.
Hooray!
Hooray! Couldn't
Yay!
tell
It
if you were
didn't
talking about
crash
that
a
or
single town or a single time.
Not
Did I
even
hear
one
you
town
talk
was
about?
lost this day.
I'm fuck.
All right. All right. Well, good night, internet/recording.
Good night.
Good night.
I polymorph someone into a big dinosaur. They can move the boat with
Good
their
night.
head and
Good
crush
night.
the Zappies.
Good night.